There we go. That should be on now. Can zoom in here so I can see. Oh, looks like it's still holding up. That's pretty good. All still all timed, right? Cool. Looks like someone might be in here. If you're in here, how you doing? Just double checking that there's not any big lag that starts to build up. That happened the last couple of times where it's getting to the point where something like 40 seconds behind me. But it all looks pretty on point right now, so at least on my end. Hey Robert, Rihanna, how you guys doing? Just cleaning some stuff up around here and double checking that it all works out. And you guys might have been in there that one time when it was a really bad lag to the stream and had to like shut everything down and start it back up and still didn't work, but it looks like it's okay right now. I know last time was okay on the Tiger's end, but on my end it wasn't. This time it's looking good. I'm doing pretty good so far. I'm excited for 2 classes and to see how many people come in on the evening as opposed to at like 3:30ish. Got a little bit of a reading done earlier and some work around here. How are you guys doing? How's schoolwork going for you? And all the time spent at home? For now. That's all good there. Cool. You guys still have a couple more weeks of school, right? Until like the middle of June, right? Somewhere around there, I think. Let's see. Oh, it's responding to me moving right now. And then on the stream side, about 5 seconds. Okay, cool. Yes. Oh, yeah, cool. It's coming up then. Just a little bit left until summertime. Although, I thought it was going to stay hotter like summer. When we had those 2 days when it was, 98 degrees out. But it's looking pretty gray outside still, huh? All right, while we have this running here, it looks like it's running well. I'm gonna try something else. Ooh, actually, I won't be able to do that, huh? Let's see here. No, we'll leave it as is. If it's still holding up, then I'm gonna every once in a while just kind of like lean back and forth so I can see myself. Because on my screen right now, so that I know what's going on, I have one screen that's supposed to be real time. Anytime I move, I should move on that screen too. And then a couple seconds later, whenever you would see it, it would move on the other screen so I can see what you're seeing at the time. And so this kind of helped me out. I go like this. I can see myself moving, and then I count a little bit. How long until I move over here for you guys? And as long as it's not getting up into that, 1 minute range, then I'm happy. Hoping it's staying down by like 4 or 5 seconds. We have a good probably 20-ish minutes here until everything really picks up. So I'm gonna be moving in and out of frame here, talking when I can and stuff, just kind of making sure everything's in place. But if you're saying it's looking good for you, then that sounds good. Moving there. Oh, looks like somebody else might be in here too, or was a second ago. And I'm going to pause it for a quick second, okay? So it might freeze on you here. There we go. Cool. Got to get make sure the alternatives are in place. Just in case this software doesn't work, then I want it all set up for the other one, so I can just do like 2 clicks of the mouse and then be good to go. Three, 4, 5, and there I am. Cool. We're still hanging around about 4 seconds from when I do something until everyone else sees it. So, should be good. It's not building up any kind of lag. We're about, how many minutes in now? 10 minutes in, maybe? Is that 45? So a little bit more. Cool. Set. Cool. Still rolling. Oopsies. Make sure that's muted. Tigers. Sorry if you heard that. It's my bad. Make sure it's all muted up here too. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. All right, couple minutes in and we're still loading. It's responding as soon as I move, so it's still loading on time. Hopefully it's still loading for you guys too. According to this screen it says that it is, but there's always that little seed of doubt, maybe not. So hopefully it's going well for you guys. Let me know if you get a chance, okay? I do appreciate you guys jumping in here too and checking it out. That's all good. Cool. Hey, looks like someone else just joined in. How you guys doing? Thank you guys. Spent a good chunk of time trying to figure out alternatives and ways that I could fix this one up, and tested it at home, tested it here earlier, tested it at home again. Let's see, nice and even. There we go. Looks like no questions over there. see, can I actually make this bigger? Okay. All right, everyone join. I'm gonna walk through some striking sets here. We got 3 of them we did in class this week. And by 3, I should say all 3. Ooh, wait. There we go. What do we got here? Tiger, bear, short, double short. It's like about 7 or 8 minutes here until Tiger's class is supposed to start. So again, I'm going to be just kind of moving around here a little bit, staying warm. If you guys wanted to move around and do a little bit of review, you can. Make sure you got some water nearby. Cool. Come this way real quick. 5,000, all right. About 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Here we go. It's like 3.5 minutes for everybody that's in here. 3.5 minutes. We got a Tigers class ready to start. All right, kids class right after that. Anybody who's in here is welcome to do both of them if they want to. Kicks. Whew, there we go. I'm feeling a little bit warm now. Should be good to go. 2.5 minutes for everybody who's here. Make sure you guys got some water ready. Especially if you're having a hard time, remember to drink water through the day. Make sure you got some next to you. Anytime we take a seat or, got a little break in the action, feel free to grab a drink of water. I'll do my best to grab some here and then too. Hopefully it's a good reminder to you. All right, a little bit more than a minute. We're just about set, guys. There we are. I'm gonna take this off here so we can see everything. So we're down to a minute, a little less than that. Some big arm stretches here. 30 seconds and we're getting started. 30 seconds. Ready to rock and roll here. Good time as always to remind everyone, make sure that you've got some space around you that you're not going to trip on anything or step on anything or anything's going to bump into you or you bump into it, right? Make sure you got a little bit of space around you. I'm trying to keep myself in this 5 by 5 foot square here, so do your best to do the same. If you got a little bit more space, even better, right? But make sure you've got some safe area around you to train in. If you haven't already, get a quick drink of water. I'm going to be drinking a little bit of water through the class. It's always a good reminder for us, especially if we're at home a lot. It's very easy to drink a little less water than we should be. So with that said, let's get started here, guys. It is 5:15. Let's come to attention. How do you guys feel today? Let's back to, I'll give you guys a secret here. Every time I say that, I gotta say it in my head to make sure I give you enough time. It's very odd, I've never had no response on that, but hey Dahlia, it's good to have you in class today. I know Robert and Yanni here too, good to have you guys. All right everyone, let's jog it in place. So if you guys have been in the classes recently, there were some issues with the video. All weekend I was working on fixing stuff up. We got a couple of alternatives if this doesn't work, although we're about 30 minutes into this. So I was testing it earlier and it's still running fine on my end, so let me know. But we're ready to roll here with some striking sets and our striking tip. So, up, down, sprint drill. Remember for this one, if I say up, you're gonna jump up as high as you can. If you can't jump up, right, then instead of that, we're just gonna do a regular down. Bend the knees and touch the ground. But if you can, jump up high, land, and then keep jogging, all right? So, that's up. Ready? Up. And up. Good, again, and up. Excellent, and now down. Remember, you're gonna bend the knees, touch the ground. Down. Stand back up. And down. And down. And then if I combine them, if I say up, down, you jump up and then touch the ground. Up, down. Good, again. Up, down. If I say down twice, make sure you stand up in between. Because if I go like this, down, down, I only bent down one time. I want to make it here. Down, back up. Down again, back up, all right? And down, down. And down, up. And when I say sprint, you're going to get your feet moving as fast as they can, all right? You're going to go 5 seconds. I'll get you the countdown. Ready? And sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And break right back to that jogging. We always want to reset right here. Make sure our body is still moving. And up, up, up. Good. Up, down, up. And down, down, down. And sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And break right back to that jogging. Good work. We're going to have one more sprint at the very end. It's going to be 10 seconds. But a couple more jumps now. Ready? And downs, of course. Ups and downs. Down, down, down. Back up. Down, back up. Down one more time. And down, down, up. Down. And up, down. And slow motion down. Down and then all the way back up. All right, down, up, down. Here's our last one. It's going to be our last sprint. Ready? On your marks. Get set. 10 seconds. Go. 10, 9, 8. Keep those feet moving. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And break. Shake the arms out, everybody. Shake the legs out too. Go ahead and do a nice roll with the head. Awesome. All right. So let's get to a couple more exercises here. We're going to do some push-ups. With these ones, we have a couple different ways. If you're in class last night, or I guess yesterday in the afternoon, then you saw a couple of them, right? We can do them like this, where we start on the ground, hands down, toes down too. See, I don't want to keep it flat, but toes go down. I push up and then lay back down. If you want a little bit more challenging, instead of going down and up and then back down, you start up high. So either like this with knees on the ground or with toes on the ground, bend your elbows, push back up. And the goal of those ones is not to let your body touch the ground, but instead only your hands and your feet. As we go through, I'm going to have a fist down on the ground instead. I've been having some wrist issues still. You guys don't have to do that, okay? But let's go push-ups. We're going 30 seconds. Here we go. Push-up position. On your marks. Get set. 30 seconds. Ready, and go. Down, back up. Good. Use those muscles. Don't make it just your head. This doesn't help, right? Not just your legs either. Your whole body down and back up. Back up. Good. We've got about under 10 seconds here. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And break. All right, some crunches next. Again, nice and quick, just 30 seconds, okay? On your backs. Remember these ones, you want to bring your shoulder blades off the ground and then lay back down. Shoulder blades, back down. That way, you get to work those stomach muscles, the abs right here. 30 seconds, ready? Find my second hand, go. 30 seconds, everybody. Make sure you keep breathing as you do these. Right? We don't want to hold our breath when we exercise. Here we go. We're already halfway through. 10 seconds left. For our last 5 seconds, turbo, ready? As fast as you can, go. Faster, 3, 2, 1, and break. Nice job, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back, a round of applause. Go ahead and sit down, and I want you to go to a butterfly stretch. You have the bottom of your feet together. You're either going to push down on your knees with your hands or push with your elbows. I like to grab my feet and use my elbows to push down. Good, keep stretching here. Now, if you guys got a chance to either come into class yesterday or if you watched the video from Monday, we actually are talking about a story this time and not about a single word. So this time, we're talking about the boulder story. This is one of my all-time favorites. I heard it, I think it was the first one I ever heard when I was in the Tigers class. Way back then, it was called Kinder Karate, actually. But it goes like this. Karate student was getting ready to get their black belt, right? They're getting ready for their test. For this next stretch, I want you guys to put your feet out in front of you. Keep your legs straight. You scoot back to make sure everyone can see. Legs straight. Reach for your toes. Trying to keep your back straight. You don't want to lean over like that. Try to keep that back straight and really keep the legs straight. That's the most important. All right, I'm going to face towards you guys here. Get a little closer so you can hear a little better too. So, right, for this test, they actually didn't have to do any karate. There was no punches, there was no blocks, there was no kicks. The only thing that they had to do, keep on doing that stretch there. The only thing that they had to do was they got to this big field and it had this hill and there was a really big rock at the bottom, this big boulder. And the instructor said, all you have to do is push this boulder to the top of the hill. The student goes, yes ma'am, I'll do it. And walks up to this boulder, tries to push, and guess what? Nothing happened. It didn't move. They're like, oh, you know what? I gotta get my strength into it. Instead of just the hands on the boulder, they put their shoulder into it, like, I'm gonna push this boulder up the top of the hill. And they got like a foot up the hill before it started to roll back down. They thought, oh, I gotta be creative here. I gotta get tricky with this. I gotta think of some other ways. And we'll get to what ways they thought of next, all right? Let's get to these strikes. And we'll scoot back a little bit, stay up on your feet. Another reminder, make sure that you've got a little bit of space around you. 5 feet by 5 feet would be awesome. Now, let's practice these strikes that we're gonna use for our striking strike, okay? The first one, get to that ready stance or sparring stance here. The first one is the palm strike. We should know this one. Heel of the hands are gonna hit, not the whole hand, it's not like you're clapping, but instead, see if you can hear this, ready? It should sound a little softer. And if you do the same thing, you should hear a difference between this and that. We want just the heel. So we go right hand first, left hand second, okay? So from our sparring stance, when I say go, you're gonna go 1, 2. Here we are, sparring stance. Ready, and go. Good, bring it right back here. Hands are up by our head. And go. Excellent, and again, go. And go. Now every time I say go, face a different direction and do the same 2 strikes. Always gonna go left hand first and then right hand second, all right? Right hand first, left hand second. Right hand first, left hand second. Whew. Mixing up my sides today, ready? And go. Other direction, ready, go. And go. Go. And go. Go. Excellent, break. Now, next technique. We already practiced a whole lot last module, was our punches, right? Quick reminder on this one, when we make a punch, or when we punch, we want our fingers to curl in first, and then our thumb goes second. So see how it's not on the side of my hands like this? I'm gonna make sure it's right around the knuckles there. That way when I punch, see how it's on the bottom here, it's out of the way? If it was on the side, you guys can tell it's sticking out a little bit, right? I'd hit my thumb. So right there, okay? Again, from that sparring stance, right side first, left side second. If I'm right here, right hand first, left hand second. Guys, ready? Whenever I say go, one strike with each hand, face another direction. Ready, super fast, like 10 seconds. These go, and go, go, go. One more, go. There we go. I was facing the same way, but last strike. I want to do that one really quick. The last strike is the knee smash. And we've done that one not too long ago, right? Where we grab onto something, we're gonna bring our knee up and our hands down at the same time, and then we can swap to the other side, right? So we go right knee first, left knee second. If I had a piece of equipment here, I would grab onto it, I'd hold it up, and I bring it down and strike, hitting in between my hands. If you don't, I go like this, and then I break my hands apart when I do my strike. And I get that cool sound too. Ready? When I say go, once with the right knee, once with the left knee. And go. Good. Face another way. And go. Right and left. And go. Knee smash. Knee smash. Face another way. Go. Right. Left. Keep it going. We got two more. And go. Right. Left. Woo. One more. And go. Right. Left. Woo. And break. Just like that. Everybody take a knee. Sit down. Let's get into a little bit more of this story. If you need a quick drink of water, grab one right now. I know I need a little bit of one there. Always important to stay hydrated through the day. So, Boulder story, right? Student getting ready for their black belt test. They had no punches, no kicks. They had to do no blocks, no sparring, no running, no forms. Man, all they had to do was push this boulder to the top of the hill. They tried just pushing it. It didn't work, right? Then they went over and they thought, I got to get crafty. I got to think about this a little bit. They took this plank of wood, jammed it under one side, something in the middle there. They're going to think of it like a seesaw or a teeter-totter. Jumped on one end, had the boulder start to roll up on the other. But still they weren't able to get it to the top. Then they thought, you know what I need to do? I need to get a really massive truck. But I don't have one. I'll go rent one. But then they realized they weren't 23. They couldn't rent a car. Dang. What else could they do? They thought of all these different things, and they never found anything that would get it all the way to the top of the hill. The highest they ever got, it was like halfway. And even then, it was a really big struggle. It took a whole bunch of strength to do it. So, end of the day comes, they go over to their instructor. Ma'am, I can't do it. Instructor looks, are you sure? Have you tried everything? Yes, ma'am, I've tried everything. Said, well, you forgot one thing. Oh, what could that one thing have been? If you know it, you might have already said it, but if not, we're gonna get back to this in a second. I wanna make sure we have a lot of time to practice our strikes in order. We'll get back to that secret of what they needed to do to get that boulder to the top of the hill. So, let's stand back up. For our striking strike, I really like saying that, by the way. For our striking strike here, we're gonna be doing 6 total strikes. We're gonna start with palm strikes, 1 with each hand, so that's gonna be 1 and 2. So, for practice, I'm gonna be in a horse's stance. Right foot out, bend the knees, boom, here we go. So, right hand palm strike first, left hand palm strike second. If anybody's watching doing along with me, I am gonna mirror you right now. So this should be the right side of your screen. It's technically my left hand, but this is the right side. Just match me exactly. Right side of the screen means right hand, left hand right there, okay? So, palm strike first, right and left. 1 and 2. Ready? 1. 1, sir. Other hand, 2. 2, sir. Notice my hands are always coming back to my sides here into those chambers. Ready? 1. 1, sir. 2. 2, sir. Now, 3 and 4 are punches. So right hand first, left hand second, just like before. Ready? That's 3 and 4. 3, 4. 3, 4, sir. Again, 1, 2. 1, 2. 3, 4. 3, 4. Good. 1, 2. 1, 2, sir. 3, 4. 3, 4, sir. Back to attention. Ready? Slide into horse's stance. Right hand first. 1, 2. 1, 2, sir. Punches next. 3, 4. 3, 4, sir. Hands back. We do our cross block and stand back up at attention. Not too bad, huh? We have palms first, punches second, and if you know what's coming up next, we already practiced the strike earlier, right? We get to do some knee smashes. So, palms first, punches second, and then 5 and 6 are knee smashes. So, I'm not going to do it from a horse's stance this time, but let's say I'm in my ready stance. 1 and 2 were palm strikes. What was 3 and 4? See if you remember. Punch, punch. And then 5 and 6, those new ones. Knee smash, knee smash. Good. Quick pause for a second here and just decide if there's any beginning kids or level 1 kids in here still. It does look very familiar. It should look very similar to your striking set, but your striking set has a couple more moves in it. So notice how we're jumping a little bit. Tigers, you guys just have to worry about those 6, all right? Again, horse stance, right hand first, palm strikes, ready, 1, 2, 1, 2, sir. Punches next, 3, 4, 3, 4, sir. Now 5 and 6, we've got knee smashes. Ready, right leg, then left leg. Ready, set, go. 5, 6, sir. Back to attention. Woo, nice work, guys. Now, when I say go, I want you to do all 6 strikes in a row. Right, no pauses, no pauses. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee. If you want to, you can say the names out loud like that too, okay? Here we go. When I say go, slide into that horse's stance. All 6 strikes, and then back up to attention. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to attention. Again, go. Palm, palm, punch, punch. Knee, knee. Back to attention. Awesome. One final time. Ready, set, go. Palm, palm, punch, punch. Knee, knee. Woo. Nice work, guys. I was getting kind of speedy there. I wonder if you guys are speeding up a little bit. Let's take it in again. I wanted to finish this story, the boulder story. Student getting ready for the black belt test. They realized they didn't have to do any sparring or punches or kicks or blocks or anything. All they had to do was push the boulder to the top of the hill. They tried all these different things. They couldn't get it to the top of the hill. At the end of the day, they go over to their instructor who's calmly sitting underneath this tree, drinking some lemonade, relaxing, like, I can't get it to the top of the hill. They said, you sure you've tried everything? The student looks, yes, ma'am, I've tried every single thing I could think of. The instructor looks and says, you never asked me for help. And there's that realization that, guess what? There's going to be times when we do need to ask for help. And it's okay. It's a good thing. It's showing strength to say, hey, you know what? I've tried this, this, and this, and I couldn't do it by myself. Let me see if somebody can help me get there, right? If they can help me see a different solution. Or if they can help me see a different way to get to where I'm going, right? Asking them for a little bit of help is not a bad thing. That's the meaning of the story, the boulder story, what we learned from it. It's okay to ask for help, right? We've tried a couple things, we can't figure it out. It is okay to ask someone for help, whether it's our friends, our teachers, our parents, right? It's okay. So that is the boulder story. Let's get back up here, guys. Let's practice some more of those strikes. Here we go. So we already have all 6 set. We know it's palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee. Excellent, right? Now it means we want to practice it as much as we can. That way we always do it right. We always have it in the right order. So let's practice a couple times together, and then we're going to have 30 seconds of black belt practice time. I'll talk to you about what that means in a second, okay? Ready? From attention. Slide into horse's stance. Cue up. Ready? Palm strikes first for 1 and 2. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, sir. Punches next. 3, 4. 3, 4, sir. And knee smashes. 5, 6. 5, 6, sir. Back to attention. 2 more times, and we'll have those 30 seconds. Ready? And go. Horse's stance. Ready? Palm strikes first. 1 and 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, sir. Punches next. 3, 4. 3, 4, sir. Knee smashes. 5, 6. 5, 6, sir. Back to attention. Good. Now this time, I'm going to have a little bit of a pause between the numbers. So I might say 1 and 2, and then I want you to try and do the 2 strikes, and then I'll do them a second later. That way you see if you really, really know it, okay? Horse's stance. If you want, I'd advise adding in the names too. So when I say 1, 2, you could say palm, palm. All right? Horse stance and 1, 2. See if you know what it are. I might have just said it a second ago. Palm, palm. Good. Ready? 3, 4. Punch, punch. Last one here. Ready? 5, 6. What are they? Knee, knee. Good. Back to attention. Hopefully you guys got that. If not, guess what? That's why we're here. We're practicing it, right? Now, you've got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 3-0. Maybe you can see that. 30 seconds of black belt practice time. And what that means is you're going to practice how you think a black belt would practice. So do you think that they would go as fast as they can, as sloppy as they can, just kind of go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Done. I don't know. Do you think that they would watch every move they do and make sure it's their best? I don't know. Do you think they're going to have a key on there? It depends. What do you think, right? 30 seconds of black belt practice time. Are they going to have their sharpest horses stance that they could have? Well, that's up to you to answer, right? Let's think. Ready? 30 seconds total. I'm going to get a couple of times in too, and then I'll tell you when to break, okay? 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. Good. Once I finish my first one, I'm going to do another one. If you want, you can face other directions too. 1, 2, 3, 4, knee, and 2. Looks like we got about 10 seconds left, everyone. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Bonus time. One more, everyone. One more. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee. Back to attention. Nice job, guys. Give yourself a quick round of applause. Give yourself a pat on the back. Nice job. That's the striking stripe. All the things that we need to know for our next tip. So, we are set there, huh? Man, let's do a couple of challenges. You guys ready? We did these yesterday too. I want to feel the speed challenge. We'll see this time how quickly we can go. So when I say go, you go to the horse stance, you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and back up to attention as quickly as you can. Let's see. Can you beat me? Oh man. I don't know, I saw some videos the other day. You guys were looking pretty fast. So let's see. Whew, I'll have to do my best. Speed challenge. On your marks. Get set. And go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to attention. Good. Again. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to attention. One more time. That's speed striking set. Ready. And go. 1, 2, punch, punch. Knee, knee. Excellent job, guys. All right. That is it for our striking stripe, the speed striking stripe set. That's just really fun to say, seeing how many S's I can find. So, let's jump into our Tiger Promise, and I got some announcements for you guys, all right? Find that space where you can stand. Back to attention. Ready. Raise your hand. Repeat after me. I promise to be a good person, to put knowledge in my mind, to put honesty in my heart, to put strength in my body, and to make good friends. Let's bow, say thank you. There we go, nice job. Give yourself a quick round of applause. Awesome work today, guys. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday evening here. A couple announcements real quick and just kind of reminders for everyone. Tip testing next week for Tigers. All you guys have to do is show me those 6 strikes. Palms, punches, and knees, and you are good to go. If you want to have someone counting for you, cool. If you want to do it by yourself, you can do that too. Either one works. Sorry if you can hear the train going by. I'm not sure if it's coming through the walls or not, if you can hear it. It looks like you kind of can, so I apologize about that. But for tip videos, if you can, please try to submit them just during tip weeks. It's fine if it's a couple weeks late during the next tip testing. There's a lot more that goes into tipping right now when I don't have the iPad next to me. Everyone's already checked and all that stuff. And I want to make sure I don't mess anything up and have the wrong number of tips on anybody. So if you get it during a tip testing week, even if it's 2 weeks late, that's fine. I understand there's a pandemic going on and it gets kind of challenging to do things, but if it's during a tip week, it makes it a little easier for me to make sure that I don't miss anything on your guys' end. So that's it. Tomorrow we've got a kids class happening, or an all-ranked kids teen adult class happening at 3:30. We've also got an all-ranked kids class happening in about 20 minutes here at 6 o'clock. And then Saturday morning, we've got some more classes too. 9:10 a.m. for all-rank, and then at 10:15, so basically when a regular Tigers class would be on Saturday, we'll have a Tigers class then. So for Tigers specifically, we've got another one again on Saturday. But that is it. The stream is still going to be on for about 20 more minutes here until the next class starts, and that's going until 6:45. I'll be around if you guys have any more questions, but I'm going to be getting some water too and making sure I'm ready for that class. So, good work today, everyone. From attention. Hope you guys had fun. Let's bow out. Class dismissed. Awesome work, guys. It's going to be muted for just a quick second here as the rest of that train goes by, and then I'll be back in a second. Thanks, guys. Go. I am back if anybody's here. Trains like to come by right when I'm filming anything Tigers related. If you guys, I think I left that in that last video too. When it was a fire truck that went by in the last Tigers class, I think, or at least the one that I recorded last week. How's everybody feeling? That's all set up there. Cool. It's all set. I'll be right back, 1 second. already made it cool. Hey, everybody who is still here, anybody who is just joining in. Tiger's class wrapped up about 3-4 minutes ago, and we've got All Right class happening in 13 minutes, it looks like, right at 6 o'clock today. Hope everybody's doing all right. Anybody who's still in here, you guys are having a good Wednesday. Days tend to blend in together a little bit more, but hope you're having a good today. I'm going to keep drinking water here as we get set. If anybody's getting ready to join us at 6 o'clock, make sure you guys have some water near you. You're going to hear me say that a lot through basically all of our live classes. It's amazing how different you feel when you are actually hydrated as opposed to just kind of drinking water here and there, kind of dehydrated through the day. You feel sluggish and just kind of like tired all the time, but when you get that hydration, man, it's key. You get a little more awake, a little more lively. Exercise seems to be a little bit easier. Who'd have thunk it, right? Get one more post here. Boom, there we are. There we are. Time looking like 5:50. Cool. Got about 10 minutes to everybody who's in here. There we go. Cool. All right. Back and ready to go, everybody. Got about 8 minutes until we start stuff up. 8 minutes here. To anybody who is in here, just a reminder to get some space around you. Make sure you got some water and make sure that we're ready to exercise. We're going to be matching the warm-ups that we did from the classes this week. Let me put that up. Oh, very cool, Catherine. Get to do that striking set 1. Have some fun with it. Level 1. Oh, man. It goes by really fast. Wait until like level 2. It'll feel like it's been like 2 weeks and you'll be there. We got about 7 minutes until we start. Double check again every time as we go through. I'm just kind of double checking I'm not dropping any frames. Doesn't look like it's getting any slower. Let me wave real quick. Cool. Everything seems to be holding up this time. How's the striking set been going for you, Catherine? Strike still all right? Back knuckles in there too. What did we work on too? We had that block and counter. Back knuckles just feel fun to do. Especially when you got the sleeves longer out. Every once in a while you can get like the snap of the gi top. Kind of get that crispness to it. Yeah, I think like working on one of them at a time and then starting to combine them can help out a lot. And two, it's just, it's moving the body in the right way and just kind of doing it a lot. Because a lot of it is, and even with, I actually think I forgot to mention one thing in that question about, I think you asked about the chambers, right, and getting the hands right, but I could be mistaken. It's like getting one of them down to muscle memory so you don't have to think about it. Can I get that punch to go straight forward and back so I don't really have to think about it? Then I can just focus on that hand that comes up. It's getting that muscle memory to build up. It's like 5 more minutes here. Yeah, it's just in terms of like practicing it. I'll do it a lot too. If you watch during, especially for me recently, Nacy from Muran, especially during the advanced class, they've got a different striking set they're doing. And the first strike, one strike, they've got shoot, chop, double short. And I just did it again. See this hand comes down here? I just got to build it to that. Hey, Annika, good to have you. On the second one, I tend to remember. But it's the first one, I just haven't done it a lot, or this hand will start to droop a little bit. See, from around, good to have you. I knew there's a question, you might not make it, but it's good to have you in here. And Annika, good to have you in here too. See, from around, there should be another video coming out tonight for black belts. I think I'd mentioned in the class video. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it, but all 51 moves in Pinion 9. So I got a video of me going through all of them in order from 2 directions so you can see it. Had that recorded until edited, but the classes were starting up so I had to get these started. But it'll be uploaded as soon as, or I'll start uploading it when I get home. Ooh, I may have some time before I leave here actually. If you keep an eye on the Discord, I'll post it as soon as it's up there. Got about 3 or 4 minutes. If you guys know anybody who's not in here yet, but they're thinking about it, go message them. If you're good friends with them, shoot them a text message, something. Get them in here, get them training, making sure we're staying healthy, staying active. No more games on the iPad, no more Netflix watching for 18 hours in a row. I have not done that. I've been pretty good on it. Again, as we go through, you're going to hear me mention water a lot. Make sure you guys get a little bit of water. There's a big difference between, you feel, there's a big, how should I phrase this? You feel the difference a lot when you stay hydrated compared to when you're dehydrated. So go grab some water. Oh man, only like 3 minutes left here. 3 minutes till we start. Let's see, is everything good on Discord and... Yep, cool. Going back one more time. Let's see. Are we all good on the count here? 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. There are my hands. Cool. It is interesting, isn't it? Like those tiger claws and the bear claws, you don't see just about anywhere else. You see tiger claws in pinion 7 and pinion 11. I think that might be it. I don't know if there's a bear claw anywhere. At least not that I know of. One more minute. And we'll get started. Got our striking stripe, and then see from Ron finishing up pinion 9, the last 8 moves. Pow, pow. Boom. We'll have some fun with it. Just under 1:45 seconds. As always, make sure you guys have some space around you that you can train in. Make sure you don't step on anything, nothing to trip on. Nothing to bump into. Hey, so hello, good to have you in class here. Make sure there's nothing you're going to bump into or step on or get injured with, right? Make sure you've got an open space, as much room as possible. I'm going to be trying to stick to about 5 feet by 5 feet. Luckily, if a lot of us are doing striking sets, we can do that from a 2 feet by, I don't know how big your feet are, 8 inches, 6 inches, right? You can do it in like a standing spot here. So that is a bonus of what we're doing this module. But make sure you've got some room around you, you're safe. And as always, guys, stay hydrated, all right? Stay hydrated. If you feel a big difference in life, feel very sluggish and just kind of out of energy whenever you're dehydrated, get a little bit of water through the day. So if you haven't already, get a quick drink of water here before class starts in the next negative 10 seconds, okay? Here we go. Everybody come to attention. Oh, let me jump, get this off screen real quick so we can see everything. And we are perfect. Here we go. All right, let's go to attention. How do you guys feel today? Let's back to, I told the Tigers class this too. Every time I say that, I have to think in my head and kind of repeat it to myself. Awesome, sir. To make sure I give you guys enough time if anybody is saying it. I'm not sure. Let's jog in place, everyone. Get those feet moving. I got to do the same thing with the Tigers promise in the class. I promise, and I got to say it in my head to make sure that there's enough time in there. So, the warm-up this week was just jogging a little bit, right? And then we had a couple others that I like to do. So we'll go through all 3 of those before we get into the exercises. We've got striking sets this module, right? Striking set 1 for beginners and level 1s. For level 2s, and then beginner and intermediate teen adult, we got striking set 2. And then advanced and up, striking set 3. These are stuff that I had to know for my black belt test, but back then we didn't have any of the cross stuff, the chokes, I don't think I had to do any wrist releases either. There were these striking sets and there was blocking sets, which we may get a chance to work on too. But cool to see these old things, because if you ask through the school, and I think I mentioned this in a video too, that if you ask black belts around the school, I think only like 3rd degrees and 4th degrees would know what these are and be able to do them for you. 1st degrees and maybe some 2nd degrees would know, but 1st degrees probably have not seen it at all, other than when they watch the 3rd degree practice. Going about 15, 20 more seconds here. Again, just jogging in place. Get a nice light warm up here. Hopefully you guys have been understanding the strikes and feeling pretty good with them. If you got any more specific questions, I get a chance to go over that tonight too. Get that up close view so we can see exactly how those hands are supposed to look. About 10 more seconds, everyone. Just keep moving a little bit here. 5 seconds. Hopefully the heart's starting to beat a little bit faster here. Body's starting to warm up a little bit. All right, my favorite warm-up ever. It may feel a little silly at first, but just jumping around here a little bit, shifting the weight, moving around, shake the arms out a little bit, jump up and down. I mentioned too, I do this before every black belt test. I get it before the sparring and I always get excited. Just kind of moving around here. Good, 5 more seconds. Jumping, moving, bouncing around. I'm gonna bring feet apart, bend the knees, pry the knees apart, shift back and forth a little bit here. We're actually gonna go a little bit more than what we just did in the online class, or in the pre-recorded class. I'm gonna shift a little bit farther, bring the feet farther apart. Drop down, toes up on one side. Other side too. Getting these toes up. Shift back. If you want to add some toe taps, toes tap the ground here. Shift back to the other side, tap those toes down. Good, all right. Get yourself back up here, shake the arms out, shake those legs out. Get a nice big roll of the head here. So, the warm-ups, we had 10 lateral squats on each side. Reminder for the lateral squat, instead of just coming up and down and back up, hopefully it fixes itself up there, sir. Just hit reload. Looks like it's still going okay on my end here, but instead of just going straight down, we're gonna bend one knee and then come up. And you can either go 10 on one side in a row, so it'd be like 1, 2, or you can alternate one side and then the other. All right, so 10 on each side. See if I'm right again. I hope it's fixing itself there. If not, hit reload on the page. Everything, I don't see anything on my end at least. But 20 total, all right? I'll be counting through mine. I'm gonna be alternating sides. Here we go, on your marks. Get set and go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep it going, everyone. We've got Simushana crunches coming up next. I believe that's 7 and 7, 8 and 8, 9 and 9, and then 10 and 10. Good. So, Simushana crunches. If you want a little more simpler alternative, you can just go with a regular crunch. But for these ones, what we do is you rest on one hip, forearm down, legs extended, and you're gonna crunch and curl everything in together, kind of squeeze it all. So my knees are gonna come up towards my chest, and my chest is gonna come up off the ground too. I'm kind of curling into a ball, and I extend back out. In, back out. If you've ever done ergs before, here, it's basically the same thing, but you're on one side. So, 15 seconds each side. Ready? And go. Crunch in, back out. I know these have another name. I'm not sure what it is. We call them Simushana crunches because there's a black belt named Simushana, and she used to do them all the time. 3, 2, 1. All right, other side. That was kind of fun. Crunch in, back out. 15 seconds, starting 2 seconds ago. If you hear any story about Simushana, it was always that she always had a smile on her face. She was really fun to be around, always a positive person. Incredibly sharp too. Man, I don't know if I've had anyone who has sharper stances and strikes than she did. 3, 2, a little extra seconds, and break. All right, we've got 5 of each kind of push-up here. 5 diamond push-ups, 5 pike push-ups, and then, I'm blanking, was it 5 regular push-ups, I think, to wrap it up, right? So, diamond push-ups. Do the best ones that you can. That's when your hands are in the shape of a diamond here. You put them on the ground, and then bend your elbows. If all you can do is that, that's fine, right? Go as low as you can, and then back up. For pike push-ups, Hands like a regular push-up, but instead of the legs straight out like this, bring them in closer, drop down to the ground, and push. So kind of feel like you're pushing above your head. That's the idea with those ones, okay? If you need a little bit more of a challenge with those ones, find something you can put your feet on. All right, like the Wave Master base here. Up, and then down, and back. All right, so those are pike push-ups. Even harder would be put your feet way up high on top of them like that. So five diamond, 5 pike push-ups, 5 regular push-ups. Let's see our best. Everyone ready? And begin. Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going pike push-ups next. Hands on the ground. You can keep your feet on the ground too, or if you want a little more challenge, put them up on top of something. Down and back up. I have one more. 5, all right. 5 regular ones to wrap it up. Make sure you're giving it your all, everyone. You know, so I'm still kind of going on my wrist here. I want to make sure I keep my wrist healthy. Or sorry, on my knuckles. Had some wrist issue. 5 regular ones. Go for it. Nice work, everybody. Give you a couple more seconds if you need them to wrap those up. Once you're done, we'll go starting our splits with butterfly stretch. Get a little bit of stretch in here. See from around, did it fix itself up? Stream feeling okay now for you? If you guys have it next to you, go ahead and grab some water and make sure you're staying hydrated. We got some strikes coming up next. Message of the week is something we've actually, I think it was the teen adult class we talked about way back when the shelter in place started. If it wasn't the first week, it was like the second week, but think about around that time frame. Becoming even more important, I think, now, because days tend to blend together, right? Feet out in front of you. The message of the week is take care of the days and the years take care of themselves. This is delayed. I think it's going to be delayed about 5 seconds. Just general like streaming things. If it's live, it tends to be around that. But message of the week, take care of the days and the years take care of themselves. Especially now when your Tuesday might feel like a Friday and your Thursday might feel like a Monday. Right? If you think about taking care of each and every day, you do everything in your power to make it so that it's pushing you in the direction of your goals. We'll go frog stretch next, knees on the ground. Right? You make the choices that are going to help you 1 week from now, 1 month from now, 1 year from now. Am I making healthier choices of what I'm eating? If I do that every day, then in a year, right, that year will have taken care of itself because I took care of each and every day. If I know that, hey, you know what, I've got some problems, or I've got some trouble with this subject in school, well, I'm going to make a decision every day to make sure that I'm getting better at it, and then at the end of the year, guess what? It'll have taken care of itself because I was taking care of each and every day. So take care of the day. As the day goes by, make the smartest choices you can, and then the year is going to take care of itself. You don't have to worry about big picture. You don't have to worry about what's happening next year. Worry about today. Worry about right here and right now. So again, take care of the days, and the years take care of themselves. If you're getting a workout in right now, you're taking care of today, right? So let's make our way back up here. If you haven't already, make sure you grab a little bit of water, and let's talk some striking sets. You guys ready? So every striking set we're doing here has 10 total strikes, right? And we're going to start with our right hand first, and then left hand the same strike. So effectively, you only have 5 strikes to do, but just making sure they do them sharp. Black belts in here, we have the end of pinion 9, and we're going to jump into striking set next week. Striking set 3, next week as the advanced tip test on that. So let's start. First 4 strikes for the beginners, and then also level 1s in the kids class. Striking set number 1. We start horse's stance. We've got palm strike first, 1 and 2. Then punches next, right and left. And reminder, I think I mentioned this in the videos too, I'm going to be mirroring you guys. So this is the right side of your screen. That's going to call right hand. It is my left hand, but right hand, left hand, okay? Right side of the screen, just follow along, right strike, left side, left hand. Make sense? Hopefully it does. So, beginners level 1s, I want you guys to review those, go around the world as many times as you can. For level 2s and then beginner and intermediate teen and adult, we had Shudo chops first. It's coming up by your ear and it's gonna whip down. And this is good review for advanced too because we have some Shudo chops in ours, right? So flick the wrist down, flick the wrist down. Notice how it's starting back here and then it flicks at the last second. So it's not just, you know, swinging my arms here. There's a whip to it. 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 is the spear hand, horizontal to the throat. You can either go practical, and I think I had this in the videos too, right, where I'm like curling it in, or you can go flashy. Either way works. You're just making sure that if it's this practical one, you're striking right there. Get that off. So the reason you would do this strike is, let's say you were trying to hit to the throat. If you threw a punch, usually the chin would get down just in time. And instead of needing to take up this much space for your strike, the spear can take up a smaller amount, right? So that's what you want to do for your spear hand, because that is a much smaller, let's see if I can get it out of the way so you can see a better striking surface than that. You can see it gets a lot taller. So that's the reason why. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, right? Level 3 is an advanced for striking set 3. We had our tiger claws and our bear claws for the first 4. When a horse stands here, tiger claw first is the palm strike, and you grab. So imagine like hit to the ribs and grab, right? Palm, grab, the tiger claws. Bear claws, hit, palm first, and then scratch down, rake down, hit, and rake down. Boom, palm first, and then fingers, palm, and scratch. Make sure you get that palm strike first, because the last thing you want to do is, you know, strike this way, the finger's out. It's going to end up hurting those fingers. So get on those level 3s, level 2s, hopefully still work on those. Level 1s and beginners, everyone working striking set 1. Let's jump back in here, ready? We had our first 4 strikes. Palm, palm, punch, punch. 5 and 6. Hands come in, back knuckle right, back knuckle left. That's 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8. Right elbow, left elbow. So we bring those all together. Palm, palm, punch, punch. Back knuckle for 5 and 6, and then elbow, elbow for 7 and 8. One more time. Everyone working striking set 1. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Now, good to hear some from Ron. Beginners, level 1s, you're working on striking set 1. Keep going with those ones. Level 2s, then teen adults for beginners and intermediates. Let's add 5, 6, 7, 8 to ours, all right? We had Shudos 1 and 2. Horizontal spear, 5 and 6. Vertical spear, 7 and 8. And then, oh, sorry, that's 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 and 8 is the ridge hand. And this one, much like the spear, you can either do with the fingers open or the fingers closed here. But the thumb is going to tuck underneath. That way you've got this triangle that you can strike with. If you want to test it out, go here, see how my thumb's underneath, and practice striking there. You can feel the striking surface. And then try and do it here, and you'll notice that you're either going to hit with your thumb, or if you flip over, you're going to hit with the full back of your hand. So if you can tuck that thumb underneath, you get that striking surface. It's not the strongest strike in the world, but we use it a lot in sparring, and if you hit to the temple, it can still do a lot of damage, right? So that thumb is very tricky to do, I'll be honest with you guys. It can get a little challenging to get in the right spot, especially after these ones too. But really great for sparring. I use it all the time. So one more time. Shudo, shudo, spear, spear, spear low, vertical ones, and then finally ridge and ridge. And a reminder of those ones, you want the flick of the wrist. So it's, if I go slow here, strike, and see it flips over at the last second there. Oh, black belts, man, I forgot about you guys. Whew, I'm so sorry. We're gonna jump to Pinyon 9N in just a second, okay? Striking set 3ers. Real quick, we had our tiger claws and then bear claws. For the Shudo chops, we've got Shudo short, or Shudo double short, and then Shudo double long. So for Shudo double short, you do a Shudo chop, pull it in right by your solar plexus, and then chop to the neck, or to the throat. Same thing other side. Shudo down to the side of the neck, pull it in, strike out and back. For long, chop, cover with that striking hand staying on top, and strike to the other side of the neck, Other side, same thing. Boom, and hit, all right? Start working those one more time. Short, short, long, and then long. Black belts, let me get you guys now, ready? We had the end of pinion number 9. So if I'm not mistaken, let's face this way towards the belt wall, okay? We had left off, 43 was left leg front kick, right hand punch. When we step in, the left hand's gonna do a palm block. Let me mirror you guys real quick. Step back, left hand palm block. Your other hand, right hand, is then gonna do an upward block. Left foot is gonna step back, outward block with that right hand, and then a back knuckle, right? Then we're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. But again, step back, left hand palm, right hand up, right hand outward block, and right hand back knuckle. Then right hand palm, left hand upward block, step back into this outward block, and back knuckle one more time and you're done. So again, step in, left hand, then the right hand is gonna do 3 in a row. I think, see from on, as I go a little faster, it's gonna look a little more choppy instead of laggy. I have the bit rate a little bit lower because we had some challenges with this stream last week. Step back, outward block, back knuckle, same thing other side. Right hand palm, left hand up, left hand out, and then back knuckle, all right? Any beginner, anyone else, if you're seeing that, let me know and I can go and make sure everything's all right. But I think it might be on your internet's end. I'm seeing myself moving all right here. Beginners, we've got 2 more strikes. And black belt, I'll get back to you in a second so we can look at those a little more. But beginners, level 1, someone working on striking set 1. From that horse stance, we had palm, palm, punch, punch, back knuckle, elbow, elbow, and then knee smashes next. Grab, smash, and smash. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 and 10 of those knee smashes. Add those in real quick. Level 2s and then beginning intermediate teen adults, let's add in the last 2 strikes of ours as well. We had left ourselves off here with the ridge hand for 7 and 8. Whichever hand just did that strike, we're pulling to our side to side. You're supposed to do the first strike on the right side. And when we do this side to side, it is actually a strike behind us. If I've got the bag over here, right? I think you guys should be able to see that there. When I do my side to side, this elbow that's close to you is doing a strike right behind. If I switch to the other side, it should strike there as well. So that is technically our first strike in move number 10. We go right side, side to side, with that elbow behind us, chop off to the left side. Then, side to side right here on our left, chop over to the right, okay? I apologize if it's getting a little loud. I hear a train getting ready to go by, so sorry about that, guys. Again, right and left, side to side right, chop to the left, side to side left, chop to the right. The side to side chop is 1 move, so it's 9 and 10, okay? Start working those level 2s. It isn't, you're gonna have to move it out and back a little bit for that side to side, Alicia. Arnica for the bear claw. Yeah, you can do the strike a little higher. I'll do it too in just a second. If I was using this bag here, oftentimes it would hit like up towards the face and then go down. That we got room for it. So I'm here, let me get a little closer. You palm strike and then scratch down or rake down. Hit and rake. Hit, rake. So using those fingernails to like scratch down for the tiger claw. Again, for bear claw, Annika, we got here 1, or the tiger claw, and then bear claw, down, down. Shudo chop double short. We hit shudo, in, strike, and then same thing other side, into the solar plexus, strike, and then longs, hit shudo chop, cover, chop the other side of the neck, chop, cover, and then finally, for any level 3s in here still too, we finish vertical punch, vertical punch. Just about every other punch we've done in the martial arts has been horizontal like this. we get to finish it here with these vertical punches, okay? If there's any questions on the strikes, let me know. I want to do black belts real quick. One more time going through these moves, okay? Awesome, good to hear, Annika. So, Sifu Moran, if you're still in here, hopefully the stream's feeling good with you, working well for you. Right, we just done, where were we at? Okay, left hand palm, so if I'm facing you, we got left hand palm, right hand upward block, step back outward block with that same right hand, and back knuckle. That's 4 moves. So we go hit our palm, up, outward block, back knuckle, same thing other side. I think it would be 48. Palm with that right hand. 49 upward block, 50 outward block, and 51 back knuckle. Boom. And then we're done. We're already facing towards the front of the room, so we can wrap it up. Cool, so that's all the strikes that we have in our striking sets. Are there any specific questions? I want to run through them again, but are there any specific questions on specific moves that I can help out with? Let me know as I run through here in a second, okay? Double checking everything. Still looking okay for everyone? Make sure that saying it's okay for me, cool. So, let's see, so anyone doing striking set 1 here? Let's wait to see if there's any more questions coming in. Striking set 1, it was 1 and 2 for palm strikes, 3 and 4 were the punches, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 are the elbows, and then 9 and 10 are knee smashes. Before we jump into the striking set 2, Superman, I've got, I think I mentioned earlier, there's going to be another video tonight going up that's got me walking through all 51 that can be really helpful. Let's see if I can get a couple. Just try and figure something out for you, but striking set 2ers. Everyone know our striking set 2. Horse's stance. We start with the Shudo chops. And remember that as you strike, it kind of starts up here and it flicks over at the last second. Boom. So we hit striking Shudo chops for 1 and 2, spear hands for 3 and 4, spear 5 and 6, 7 and 8 is the ridge hand, and then strike back, 9, chop to the left, 10 is chop to the right. We flip those because of the elbows going back. Elbow to the right, elbow left, and then chops, all right? Striking set 3. And we started palm tiger claw, bear claw, and then Shudo double short. Remember with this one, let me get a little closer here. Hopefully everyone can see it really well. I'll make sure I can see myself so I know I'm showing it on the screen all right. It hits into the solar plexus right above our stomach. If you take your hand, you kind of chop to your stomach right above it. There's a small soft spot where if you hit it, it's kind of like, ugh. You just feel this instant reaction like, ow. You're covering your solar plexus there. From that, chop to the throat with a blade of the hand and pull it back in. Same thing other side. Shudo double short for 5 and 6. Long, we hit down, cover, chop, and same thing other side. Finally, nice and simple, the last 2, vertical punch, vertical punch. That's it for striking set 3. Whew. So, looks like no other last questions here on those striking sets in terms of specific moves. It's about getting them in the right order, right? Making sure you do them in the correct sequence. Because as a traditional piece of martial arts, we keep it the same. We don't change stuff around. When you guys learn some like Krav stuff, right? So, where it's strictly just self-defense, yes, you can change things if you need, you can add things if you needed to. But you want to make sure that these traditional things stay the same. So that way, the striking set 3 that I learned, I can now teach you as the same striking set 3. And whoever taught, Shihan Richard, when he taught it to me, it's the same one that I'm now teaching. So we're keeping that tradition alive. All right, guys, cool. Striking sets in the book. Let's jump into some sparring stuff here. We had that block and counter that we were working on. So, I think it's easiest when you start just kind of practicing on one side, right? Especially with sparring, we're all going to have a side that we feel a little bit better with. And I would start just practicing on one side. In the video, I'd shown what it looks like on both sides because some of us feel more comfortable. Like let's say we're sparring to the wall here. Some of us feel more comfortable on our right side here. That way our right hand can throw these punches. Some people will feel a little more comfortable on the left side. I'm facing to the left side of the room, right? Where this left hand could punch, or my right leg is a little bit quicker with the kicks. I tend to spar with my right leg in front of me, hitting that way. If you guys ever spar me and you notice that I jump switch, I'll give you guys, since you're we're not too many people. If you're here, you got a secret. I've told to a couple other people. But if I ever jump switch and I go to my right side, anticipate a back leg roundhouse kick. I'll try to do this where I go front kick and switch it over to a roundhouse kick. Just so you guys know, if you ever spar me. But pick one side, okay? I'll start right here. With a block and counter, what we like to do is this front hand is that blocking hand. And it can go to either side depending on where the strike is coming from. If they strike over here on our left side, we cover. If they strike over here on their right side, we palm block. And it doesn't need to always be that, right? You can block with either hand, whatever. You kind of get into the right time at the right spot at the right time. This is what I like to do because then I don't have to worry about which hand is punching. I see a strike coming and I turn my hip like the moment I see it because I want to throw a punch because I know they're going to have an opening. That's why I like to block with this front hand, all right? So, let me finish with you guys real quick. Here are, this front hand is our blocking hand. If they strike from over here, bring it over, block, turn those hips over and punch, and pull it right back in. All right, we've got that palm. Again, palm block, counter punch. And once you've got that motion, that's when, and this is what I was mentioning, I like to turn my hips right away. If I notice that you're striking right now, I'm going to start to turn my hips. I'm going to start getting that punch out there, and then my block kind of finds your strike. All right, so again with this palm block, boom, it hits and rotate. Again, if you're a striker from the other side here, that's when it shields up. Comes up by the head, turn those hips over and punch. The big thing to be aware with this one, all right, I'm going to turn so you can see, is keeping my elbow pointed forward. As soon as this elbow turns out, as I turn to the side, you guys can see my temple's open. So a strike could still sneak in there. I want to cover my head up. Palm block's already going to do that, right? If I come to the side here, boom, I can block to the temple. If I need to go a little further back. Shielding, I just got to make sure it stays tucked in, all right? Wasn't there a way you block and counter at the same time? That's what I like to do, see from Ron. Right? I block, and my counter almost happens before my block. Right? I see that someone's coming in with a back knuckle or a ridge hand, and they got those ribs open. I'm going to throw this punch, and then my block finds its spot. Here or there. So they're happening at the same time. It's just this lead hand has to find their strike. So, again, sparring stance. Let's practice both of them a little bit here. Let's say they're striking from my open side here. I'm going to bring my hand over to palm block, turn the hips, backhand punches, pull it back, and sparring stance. Again with that palm block, over to the side, turn over, punch, and back. Again, ready? Palm block and punch, pull it back in. Palm and punch. Now the shielding one, ready? It comes up, turn the hips over, punch, and then back in. Again, up, rotate, and back down. Punch and back. Keep working those real quick. I want to mention, as see from what I'm saying, that's what you were taught. I bet that you were taught doing a block first and a punch, and you were mentioned, hey, get this, and our goal is to do these at the same time. It's easier to learn one, and then, okay, I'm going to leave it there and throw that other one. And you've probably sparred so much, sir, that you've always kind of remembered doing this because that's always what worked. Because that's your goal in sparring, is you want them to happen at the same time. I would bet on it that you learned one and then the other. And you were taught that you want them to be at the same time. All right? I've seen your blocking counters. They're really good. So we keep sparring here, right? We keep it moving. You get that shield up, turn those hips and punch. If you're feeling good with it, then try to bring them at the same time. If you're a higher ranked student and you've done these before and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to create this really easy, try and record yourself and see where this punching hand goes. A lot of times this happens, and I think I mentioned this in the class earlier this week too, that sometimes this punch will swing down a little bit. And now This side of my body's wide open. I'm gonna get hit there a lot. If my punch swings at all, I'm gonna get hit in the temple or the ribs. My goal is to pull it back in. Boom, boom. I pull it back to my body, get my hands up, ready to block. Right? So, the best way to practice, get a little closer here too, right? Shield, practice throwing that punch, and back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then, 1, 2. 1, 2. Now they're happening at the same time. Or if it was the palm block. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. And then you get to the 2 count. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right? And if you guys don't have a way to record it, I do this all the time with strikes, is you can either find a mirror or you can find a window, and when it's night, if you've got lights on inside, you can kind of see a reflection in it. Just practice the strike towards that window, and you're going to see your own reflection. If it swings down, it'll be easy to tell. But if you can go straight forward and straight back, again, it'll be easy to tell. And for some reason, it's a little different when you realize it, huh? Right? I could have somebody tell me, hey, Manoy Cree, your punch is swinging down a little bit. I'm like, no, it's not. But then as soon as you see it, you're like, oh, yes, it is. That's why I think recording helps a lot, or just getting a window, getting a mirror helps. So a couple more times here. All right, guys, sparring stances. It's just about getting this shield and boom, that punch fires in. Or palm block, punch, and back out. Hit, and other side. I'm going to switch around here a little bit. If you're working on it still, stick to one side. Good, other side, bam. Right? Try and work in those shielding blocks and those palm blocks. Boom. One more. Good work, guys. All right, we'll break right there. Give yourself a quick round of applause. Give yourself a quick pat on the back there. Nice job with the striking sets. Nice work with that sparring stuff, too. Again, repetition. I mentioned a lot in the videos this week, but repetition is going to be key. You don't remember something because you learned it once. You remember something because you did it so many times. And then you remember it because you did it recently again too, right? So get that repetition in as much as you can, whether it's the sparring stuff here or it's the striking set. And advanced and black belts, I know that you know how to do a blocking counter, right? I know you know how to do it. But if you really practice something, that's when you get incredibly good at it. Even if there's no one striking you right now, right? Practice a whole bunch and your blocking counter is going to be so fast that when we get a chance to jump back in here and we actually get a chance to spar people, you're going to notice that that punch lands a lot. There's a quote, was it Bruce? I think it was Bruce Lee said, if you're not the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks one time, but if you're the one who practiced one kick 10,000 times. I do most of my points on this counter punch just because I've done it so many times. If you spar Shihan, he's going to score a point because he blitzed you, because he did it 1,000 times on each side before he did anything else in sparring. So repetition, 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 repetition. I'm going to repeat repetition so much you're going to hate the word. Nice work, guys. Real quick announcements. We have another all-rank class tomorrow at 3:30. And then on Saturday morning, we've got an all-rank class at 9:10 in the morning and a Tigers class at 10:15 on Saturday. Those should be in the announcements on Discord. If you want to scroll back up and check them out. Other than that, tip testing next week on the striking sets. I just have to see the 10 strikes, right? Boom, boom, So all I have to see is the 10 strikes, and then you are good to go. Make sure you got some cleanliness to them. They're sharp. It's not just, right, swinging those arms out there. And then I feel like there's one more thing. Oh, yes. Please try to only do tips during the tip weeks, even if it means waiting 2 weeks. I will still probably get to them in the off weeks, but they're a lot more involved right now. There's about 5 or 6 steps that I have to follow to make sure everything's right. And if it's not in a tip week, then oftentimes I check on my phone. I don't want to see your image or see your tip testing and then forget about it later when I get to my computer. So if you do it during a tip week, I tend to wait until I'm at a computer. I'll check Discord and then I can go through the process and I don't miss the tip for you. So if you can do it during a tip week, it's a lot more helpful for me, and I make sure I do everything right for you guys. So that's it. Let's come to attention, guys. Hope you had some fun. Let's bow out of here. Class dismissed. Good work, guys. Nice work. Make sure you guys get yourself a little bit of water. Make sure you take some time to relax. Take some time to laugh a little bit and have some fun. Thank you guys for coming in, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.